Hello, crypto enthusiasts. Here we go for an amazing Bonelab latest news. And there have been several important announcements concerning virtual reality video games in recent weeks. A most notable change was introducing a significant new version of the game Bonelabs, which is now accessible for testing. This update has been eagerly anticipated. The video will be very informative, so please stick to the end. If you are new to our channel, please like the video and subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification button. Let's get straight into the topic. Bonelab. Bonelab is a new video game made by the same team who produced StressNoGame. Stress Level Zero's first virtual reality video game, Bonelab, is now under development and will be launched shortly, formerly known as Project 4. It's being built using Unity and our proprietary One Marrow interaction engine, and it'll eventually work with Steam VR, Oculus VR, and Meta VR, a viable alternative to Boneworks. The ability to add player-created material such as new levels, planets, and characters is one prominent feature. The formal release of Bonelab is scheduled for 2022. The key VR goal for the firm in 2017 is the construction of Bonelabs, the successor to Boneworks from the previous year, that will only be accessible on PC. Unlike its predecessor, however, Bonelabs will be compatible with the Quest 2 and PC virtual reality headsets, enabling players to enjoy the game on either platform. This physics-based action-adventure relies on Boneworks' structure, but offers a different storyline. Even though the graphics processing unit, GPU, in Quest 2 isn't as powerful as the one in a personal computer, the developer claims that it is more than capable of running the game at full speed and reaching the goals it set out to achieve. Developer tweet. After the game's designer released the following tweet about customizing your character to look like you, an essential new update was added. When you first use Bonelab, you will be asked to submit basic personal information, such as your height and shirt size. When asked how the game would determine the player's shirt size, the developer said that the defaults would be small, medium, large, and extra large, but that players may adjust these settings in the game's advanced menu if they wanted. According to the creator, the sizes small, medium, significant, and extra large would correspond to small, medium, large, and extra large clothing. More good news. The developer revealed in another tweet that Bonelab is now playable from the logos to the credits, and has been for quite some time, with the bulk of their effort presently focusing on bug fixes and polish. This is another cheerful piece of information. Since most of the laboratories have been completed, the attention has shifted to finishing features, indicating that the completion of Bonelab this year is becoming more realistic. Despite the game's excellent physics and tracks, many VR enthusiasts fear it may be published too late for Christmas. This is because the teaser trailer we saw from Bonelabs showed the game being played on a PC virtual reality headset. Let's see what happens. But in the meanwhile, I will analyze and contrast each of these things. Previously, this was only available with PC VR headsets, but it now looks like Quest 2 users will also be able to install these game modifications. This is highly similar to what we saw in Blade and Sorcery. Therefore, I expect many VR fans to be thrilled when Bonelabs reaches virtual reality retailers. Mods will be supported by Boneworks VR, which is a significant thing. You are free to make your route through the invasion and customize your weaponry in any manner you see appropriate in an open universe. The respawn points for enemies and ammo are determined randomly, giving you total freedom over how you traverse the assault. You'll have to think quickly, and each time you play, you should have a different experience. A small group created this mod's artwork, vocals, levels, and code. Game plot. Bonelab's core operating system is Mythos. After evading execution and landing in Mythos City, the avatar can get access to a top-secret research facility. This research center has arenas, parkour courses, tactical trials, sandboxes, experimental modes, and custom-made levels. The avatar must pass through and finish these exam rooms to learn more about their hidden history and purpose. According to Alex Null, the scenario is too unclear to make the game a straight sequel or a precursor to Boneworks. However, there are parallels to the events in Boneworks in this story. According to Alex Null, the game's main plot, sandbox, and player-generated content each account for one-third of the overall experience. However, the stories of all three game genres are connected. The game has an equal amount of narrative and gameplay. The player does not control any of the characters in Bonelab. On the contrary, users can construct avatars based on any fictional character. Only SLZ-approved avatar alterations are permissible in Mythos, all others are considered unlawful. Players will be given a peasant skin with random characteristics if no character is chosen. Game features. Because of its improved physics engine, more extensive feature set, and enhanced optimization, Bonelab is a significant upgrade over Boneworks in terms of playability. Not only that, but it also has official mod support for objects, levels, and avatars. Complete body simulation and a greater emphasis on weight and velocity increase the player's commitment to their character even more. The size and mass of the avatar are also considered while calculating its momentum. These are not adjustable by the user but are determined automatically based on the avatar's dimensions. When ascending, the player's legs no longer dangle aimlessly at their sides, but instead track to adjacent objects for support. Toggling the slow motion button rather than holding it is a new feature, although the inventory and slow motion systems are otherwise identical to those in Boneworks. The magazine can now be withdrawn by pressing a button. Loading times are dramatically improved since Bonelab optimizes assets and utilizes less memory. The whole body, for example, was previously drawn as two meshes with partial opacities in Boneworks, but is now a single solid model, requiring substantially fewer computer resources to show. As a result, the volumetric illumination of PC VR may grow. One of the new features is the ability to drive automobiles similar to the go-karts featured on the Steam website. Modifications: the use of a customized software development kit, Source Development Kit. Null has said that any Bonelab changes would need Unity 2021. Avatars, objects, monsters, and levels may all be altered, but the code itself cannot. According to Alex Null, at least one SDK pack is currently under development, and other SDK packs may be published in the future to facilitate modding. This contains the standalone version of Quest 2, which may be hacked like every other game version. The most important news is that the community has continued to support and promote the game as one of the most fantastic virtual reality games ever created. Even though Half-Life: Alyx Mercenaries has been out for over 2 years, this is still the case. Adding new modifications, maps, and content to the Steam Workshop regularly to keep players interested is a fantastic approach to keep people playing. After you finish the game, you should continue with the remainder of the series games. You should try this. Before we go into the future of virtual reality, a word of caution from the company that made this video possible. If you're using your Quest wirelessly, you may be having connection issues. When gaming, one option to consider is the Nexus Link Gaming Bridge, which may assist reduce lag and latency. Thanks to this bridge, your computer can interact more effectively. On the other side, there is a top-down game in which you and your comrades control a spaceship and try to figure out who among you is working for the enemy. Anyone who has played it knows that the social dynamic is the driving force behind the game, much more vital than the aesthetics or mechanics. Although it may not seem to be the kind of game that would profit much from a virtual reality adaptation at first appearance, everyone who has played it previously is aware that the social dynamic is the driving force behind the game. I feel they are a little late to the party, considering that interest in this area has already peaked, but I have no doubt that their virtual reality adaptation will bring much, for both old fans and newcomers. I am excited to get on board and see who the actual pirates are, particularly now that the official beta sign-up is available. The game will have an immersive first-person perspective, 4 to 10 player support, and all of the same essential aspects as the original game. I can't wait to discover who the real pirates are. To make matters worse, Meta has built a demo application called First Hand, a play on a prior Oculus demo software called First Contact. Users saw the full possibilities of the headgear via interactions with the controllers at First Contact. Okay guys, these are all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. If you think this video was helpful, please let us know in the comments below.